Lamia.
Okay, so right off bat, I'm gonna say there was definitely like a nervous, jittery kind of energy. Like I'm hearing heart palpitations. Relax. You're not having a heart attack, okay? You're good. Maybe a little anxious. Maybe you got some things to anticipate. Um, but it definitely feels like showtime jitters. Like you're getting ready. You're gearing up. Like you know when you play double dutch and you stand on the side and you like, I'm ready. I'm ready. And you wait for your opening and you just start killing that shit, right? Everybody may not relate, but like I said, if you seeing this, then you turned into a real bitch frequency. Congratulations. You're a real bitch. Now let's get into some real shit. Yeah. A lot of swords energy right here. Like reverse swords energy too at that. Like, what are you nervous about? What has you so worked up? I'm interested. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles just flipped out. Usually I take the page as like a small offer, tangible things like communication, opportunity. But I don't know. It seems like, yeah, you just kind of been in this, and maybe you feel like you're getting ready to act, or you're just really wound up because there is an action that you're about to take. What got you all high and bothered? What are you about to do? I'm interested. It's a lot of swords, so most of it is literally just mental energy. You have a King of Pentacles. Oh, I don't know. I feel like a lot of my readings have been geared towards the masculine crowd a little bit. Like, are men watching my readings? If so, hey. Or you could be nervous about making a move towards a man. But King of Pentacles energy also represents, you know, like just mature dealings and groundedness in terms of tangible 3D material items, senses, things, themes, you know, money, home, security, safety, things of that nature. So if you're the King of Pentacles, like, it's giving, whether you're a man or woman, it's giving I'm the rich man. You could be a rich man, or you could be a not rich man. Or you could be a not man, but you're rich. So you nervous about some financial moves you need to make? What is this? It's either a person, place, or thing like that. Anyway. But yeah. And I got the 3 of Wands. So it's definitely new things on the horizon that kind of got you like, but like I'm saying, like, are you ready to ride this wave? Even in the card, like, he's waiting, and then there's like hands waving in the ocean or the sea, wherever it is. Hope you ain't going to save nobody. Hope they not drowning. It's giving also yeah, definitely the mental energy kind of had you fucked up for a little bit. Yeah. And it was convincing you that you didn't have what you needed to do, what it is that you needed to do. But it's giving, once again, like, when have you ever not had exactly what you needed? It might not have been a windfall, but you had exactly what you needed every single time. Did you not? Are you not alive and here and well and watching this on some type of digital device? I mean, something working if you got here, I'm just saying. But that's what it's giving. Like, your mind is making you hurt more than anything. It makes me think of that lyric by Mac Miller, King of Pentacles. He's a Capricorn. I love him down. But in self-care, he says, thinking too much, now I see a little different. Got lost in oblivion. Sometimes you get lost in that spiral in your mind. And once you slow down, you can think differently. You can make those next steps and make those moves that you've been overthinking this whole time. Because at the end of the day, what is thinking really got you? But in a freeze position. Like, you can't even move. You're paralyzed. Analysis paralysis. That's what I want to say. So what else? What are you paralyzed about? What are you overanalyzing? I mean, definitely, oh, Lord. Money matters, opportunities, legacy. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. Family matters. A lot of things with the Ten of Pentacles. But the Ten of Pentacles right side up with the King of Pentacles. I'm sorry, but you don't have shit to worry about. It's giving like you're the provider. You're going to be provided for, and you will be providing for others. You got this whole shit together. I'm be honest. Like, you already got... You went from the Five of Pentacles reverse straight to the Ten of Pentacles. Like, you're the only person blocking you is yourself. You just need this Three of Wands energy. You waiting to ride that wave. So, it's on the way. You just have to, like, stop thinking about it and stop being anxious and stop anticipating it, because it's making the process more difficult than it needs to be. As humans, we tend to do that, myself included. But it's like, once you see everything work out, like, you're going to feel like, damn, I spent that whole time worrying just for everything to work out, and I didn't even get to enjoy the road, the process there. Like, what's being emphasized and what I've heard and quite a few other readings that I've done is, like, gratitude. An attitude of gratitude will get you a lot more. So, what I'm thinking is you just need to chill the fuck out. For real. I mean, try it. Try it. It's good for you. Light a candle. Drink some water. Buy yourself some flowers. You might feel like you've been a bit unstable energetically. You know. But, like I'm saying, there's new and better pastures on the way. So, that instability that you may be feeling or might have felt will definitely be alleviated with tangible resources. But I feel like your mind has your energy feeling like there's no movement. But that's the thing about Pentacles. Things move quickly in the 3D in terms of thought, communication, telepathy. You know, mind things move quickly. Like the wind moves quickly. You see the wind pass through things. Swords is air energy, right? But when you get to the denser, more... I said 3D. I meant 5Ds. 5D energy moves very quickly. So that's why sometimes you may get an inkling about something and then it doesn't happen for that long later. Like, the energy, you feel the energy way before it actually materializes. But this 3D energy that we operate in is much denser, right? That's another thing that Mac Miller talks about in the song Self-Care, is the difference between time and space in a spiritual realm and being, you know, stuck in your head. Honestly think the whole song is him prophesying his death, but I'll get into that in another video. Let me know in the comments if you want to hear about that, because that's a whole thing I got. Love him down, like I said, RIP. But in the song, he talks about just the difference of him being in oblivion and overthinking and things weighing him down and just needed to care for himself. So in the meantime, as you wait for these things, these manifestations, these signs, these things to materialize physically in the 3D, you need to calm yourself, because you will get lost in oblivion. Yeah, okay? But, like I said, 3D energy is much denser. We are working against time constraints. That time really only exists in this realm here on Earth. In this ring of fire we call existence. But, so it takes much slower to manifest. Earth energy moves very slow, okay? Very slow, very methodical. There are certain things that have to happen in a certain order in order to get you from mind to in front of you. So, like, you might have a lot of plans that you're executing, and maybe as you're planning and setting things in motion and organizing and doing things on the back end, you're very worried about how this is going to materialize physically. But what I'm getting is you don't have to worry, like, especially if you're putting all this thought into it. Obviously, you're mentally prepared for it. So when it happens, you can be prepared for it. You'll be prepared for it. You can maintain and sustain this. So there's really no reason to be so worked up about it, especially if you already put this much thought and feeling into it. And, like, I don't know, you might be like a little wound up in the tummy. I don't know, babe. I don't know. Oh, and there's a Virgo lunar eclipse coming up, and shout out to all my IBS baddies. Y'all finna have a time. But don't worry, because the rest of us will also be having like little tummy butterflies and shit. Virgo rules the nervous system. I say this all the time. It exists in your gut. Most of your nervous system exists in your gut. So if you're nervous mentally and winding yourself up, yeah, you're gonna get those little butterflies in your tummy, maybe even a little diarrhea. Don't release that fart. I don't know. That's for somebody. What you think is a fart might not be a fart. Don't do it. Wait till you get to the bathroom. Keep some wipes on you. Be prepared. Virgo energy is always about being prepared. So, it's the end of February right now, and the lunar eclipse is on March 3rd. And eclipse energy, once again, lasts for 6 months. We did just go through that Pisces solar eclipse. Somebody's screaming outside. I don't know if y'all can hear that. No, that's what he's saying. I don't know what he's saying. Anyway, but yeah, so that should be fun. But also Virgo energy is very much about planning and being prepared and organizing. So you're definitely in that energy, but it's there's a way to go about it. You feel me? Like you can be methodical and strategic without like mentally running yourself into the ground. Like that's just not it. Especially when shit is gonna work out and you got everything you need. And like I said, you are the rich man. Okay? You are the rich man. You have everything you need. The hanged man. Okay, yeah. And you might have been with the unstable energy, been experiencing some delays. And maybe they're just not delays. You've just been looking at them like delays because, once again, that's why I say you gotta have the attitude of gratitude. Because you ever heard of the burnt toast theory? Basically, it's like, you know, you might have burnt your toast in the morning, but you ended up eating cereal, and maybe you were late for work because you had to eat a different meal for breakfast, but something bad happened at work, and because you burnt your toast and fucked up and you were late to work, you missed whatever bad happened. You ever saw like those interviews or heard of the interviews of the people who were late to work on 9/11 that worked in the World Trade Center? Things of that nature. So it's very much be appreciative of all the obstacles and trials you face. I said this last time, like everything is preparing you for this. Like now you know to put a certain level of thought into things because you've had those hangups. So you need to look at this differently instead of like constantly over criticizing yourself, which is another shadow aspect of Virgo energy. This lunar eclipse is definitely going to help everybody as far as perfectionist tendencies, maybe being over controlling, taking better care of themselves, you know, all the Virgo themes and whatnot. Like I say this all the time, Virgo women are going to outlast us all. They are. So get you one. I don't know about the men. I can't speak for them. I'm going to be honest. I don't really know about the women either. They be on some shit too. I ain't going to let my mama a Virgo. Listen. I'm going to hold your hands tightly when I say this because I don't feel like fighting, Virgos. Y'all know how y'all get. Y'all know how y'all get. That's all I'm going to say. You know yourself better than me. If you a Virgo and you watching this, yes, I am talking about you. Sure am. So yeah. But y'all are the best. Y'all are going to outlive us all, honestly. So kudos to you. Claps, claps. At the bottom of the deck, we got the Ace of Wands. Yes. So you're getting out of that, you know, Four of Wands reverse energy, that Hangman reverse energy. You're definitely getting out of it. Like new energy is here. It's afoot. And that lunar eclipse is definitely going to help you release a lot of that. I love that. I love it. It's giving a lot of earth and fire energy is what I'm picking up on. Like think of like a slow roasting, burning heat. Think of like walking across. I hear my neighbor's baby. Yes, baby. At least it's not my kids screaming, honestly. But I don't care. I love the sound of children. But anyways, think of burning coals and walking across burning coals. Like that is a rite of passage for like monks and people of that nature that do things like that. So like they're walking through the burning coals, and you know coal is like hard. It's dense. It gives earth, but the embers and the burning fire is what like, you know, give you that oomph to walking across these already hard, uncomfortable coals. They're not even pebbles. They're pretty decent size. Let me not do like that. Oh my God, pause. But yeah, so like the heat is turning up. It's giving like you feel the energy ramping up. One word that's been on my tongue for the longest is momentum. I don't know. That might be like a sign for somebody because I know when I tell you the word has been haunting me, momentum. March momentum. Okay, March momentum. March Madness too. I think that's something to do with basketball. I don't know. I'm not a sports girly. But I do fuck with that Future song. But yeah, Scorpios could be significant. Scorpio, Virgo. Ooh. Very intense. Yeah, the earth plus the fire energy definitely does give intense. And I know Scorpio is a water sign, but it's also ruled by Mars. So that Aries, Scorpio, Virgo energy, because Virgo is also a very intense earth sign. Earth signs can be very intense, grounded, slow moving in their own ways, but all with their own level of intensity. So, earth signs, attitude of gratitude. Yeah, and we have the Four of Pentacles as well as the Seven of Pentacles. A lot of pentacles in this spread. So you've been patient. You've been like, is it coming? Like, come on. Like, what's going on? Like, you're relax. That energy is brewing. That is what momentum is. It's a build up. It's a slow burn. Like, enjoy it. Revel in the journey. You ever notice when, like, artists get real big? They're like, yo, I missed the beginning stages when I didn't have shit. And I was like on a stinky tour bus with all my homies, and we was just no lie. You ever notice how usually their first debut breakout album is like the most top tieriest project they have? Like, them throwbacks is always going to hit. That's classic energy, classic, long lasting, longevity. That's why it takes so long to build up. I'm telling you, these things aren't taking long because they're not going to work. They're taking long because they're fortifying. They are aging. They are, what is the word? Fermenting, because they're going to last long. Things that start quick, burn out quick. Reminds me of that clip of Beyonce when she's like, everybody now, there's no full projects. Nobody's listening to full albums anymore. Everybody's just burning out quick with all these singles. That's what you don't want that. Honestly, that's the nervous energy that you're worried about. Probably something burning out quick, but that's why you're taking your time. That's why you're so in your head, because you've been in planning mode. So if you put all that effort in before it's even physically here tangibly, you have to know that you have exactly what you need to maintain and sustain whatever this is. For some people, I'm definitely getting like it's something to do with money, something tangible, maybe a household, business. Yeah, it's definitely giving me like really just stability. Like, you're really, especially with the Four of Pentacles here, like, you just want to feel safe. You want to feel safe, and you want to feel held, and you want to feel at home. And honestly, I get it. When you've been in survival mode, like, it's like, But one thing, I like to reframe things. I used to say, it's always something. But then I changed it to, it's always something good. It's always something good. Somebody call me on some bullshit, at least I have to hang up. Like, I don't have to deal with whatever. Like, you have to take control over yourself and what you can control in your environment. And that's also another shadow aspect of Virgo. They can be so detail-oriented, so precise, so picky, that they can be a bit controlling about everything because they're the perfectionists. They're the fixers. They're the people who have service, right? But you can't fix everything. All you can do is fix yourself. A lot of Virgos, no shade. No shade. Y'all can tussle in the comments if you motherfucking want to. Tell me I'm lying right now. Look me in my face right now. Tell me I'm lying. But whenever y'all have shit going on with y'all selves, I don't know if it's Virgos, but I'm going there. We're going there. We're going there as a whole. Everybody, even if you're not a Virgo, look at where Virgo is in your chart and ask yourself, when I don't feel right in this area of my life, do I try to deflect or distract myself from what I'm dealing with and try to fix what everybody else has going on as a way to distract myself? Oh, okay. Now, I'm going to look at that area in your chart. Virgos, I'm looking at you. If you have any particular Virgo placements. One thing I am excited about, though, is Venus is currently in Pisces. So I feel like it's definitely, and Venus is exalted in Pisces, ruled by Jupiter. So I feel like there is an aspect of this eclipse that could also, this reading can also pertain to outside of like physical, tangible things. Like, it could also pertain to a relationship. I don't have any cups out, but like it's definitely giving like Some on your ass. Anyway, but the Pisces energy, I feel like is definitely gonna, you know, provide that extra soothing that you need, or you might get more delusional. But if you watching this video, once again, you on a real bitch frequency, which means we're taking off the rose-colored glasses, right? We're setting them down. Save them for your next room trip or whatever. I don't know what you people do, but we're taking them off, and we're looking at shit straight in the face. And what about it? Now, that's not what you say to other people when they confront you about shit. That's what you say to yourself when you try to get, you know, overly critical of yourself and all about it. Not all about it, but all about it. When you get overly critical of yourself, and, you know, it's one thing to be self-aware. It's another thing to just be self-critical. Sometimes you are your own worst critic. You're bullying yourself mentally. Why would you put yourself in that position? Do you even talk to the people around you like that? Like, you need to check yourself in your head. Yeah, not cool. You don't deserve to be spoken to like that. If somebody in your life spoke to you like that, you would not fuck with them. You'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you say that? Do you let your friends talk that badly about themselves? No. At least I would hope you don't. But like I said, you tuned into a real bitch frequency. Congratulations, you're a real bitch. So I know you don't do shit like that. Real bitch, real nigga, real motherfucker for my non-binary babies, okay? So yeah, it's just relax. Chill the fuck out. But survival mode will have you in your bag. It will. Survival mode will have you in your bag. And it seems like maybe you're just wound up because you just want to feel safe. You just want to feel at home. You want to feel okay. Especially with the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. It's definitely giving things about home. So maybe you're trying to move. Maybe you're worried about bills. It could definitely be something in terms of like your foundation. Maybe you're just going through a whole lot of change in identity, period. It could also be like generational curses that you're breaking that are affecting you financially. And I did say there were no cups out, but literally just the Eight of Cups came out. So it's also giving like, if it is related to a relationship, you are definitely leaving the baggage behind and choosing to move on to greener pastures. Especially at night. I don't know, something about the nighttime is significant. Like leaving in the middle of the night, like you just, I don't know. Did you leave somewhere in the middle of the night? Are you leaving somewhere in the middle of the night? Is it the middle of the night while you're watching this? I don't know. But it's giving nighttime and you leaving. So whatever it is, you might be awake a lot at night. You might be having terrible sleep, insomnia. You just can't sleep. Your mind is racing. And you're just, you know, combing through your thoughts and emotions and kind of putting things together again. So I definitely see that. But in this card, we also have the full moon, which is, I've been talking about this Virgo lunar eclipse. Like, it's giving that. So if you can't sleep or you've been having issues just really resting, like, it could also be that lunar eclipse energy, like, really winding things up. Because a full moon is definitely a culmination. So, like, the momentum could be building up to, you know, you coming into some sort of awareness about yourself or something else. You can check where Virgo is in your chart to see what area of your life this eclipse may be affecting. I recommend you do, especially if you have Virgo placements, but even if you do not, still look. It'll give you a lot of insight into the things you are experiencing. But nighttime is definitely significant here. Oh, yeah. And we got the Six of Pentacles right after that. You know, love that for you. Yeah, get what you need. Get what you deserve. You feel me? Balance in 3D materialistic aspects. Like, I don't know what you want from me. It's also giving really pretty light energy. Also getting Libra here, especially with the scales. Stop worrying about how shit look. That's what I'm getting. Like, somebody just wants everything to look. Listen. You've been more worried about how shit look than what it is, and that's the problem. That's why you're fucked up in that, and you feel like you're more worried about how shit is looking. That's not the issue here. Nah, I get it. Like, you know, you if you tuned into a real bitch frequency, you like to keep your shit tight, and I get it. I get it, okay? I get it. But right now, we're in a growth stage. You feel me? Seeds are underground. They're being planted. They're growing. They're gestating. Like, you know, like, compared to pregnancy. You can't see the baby, but, you know, pregnancy also sometimes, like, fucks you up. You get big. You get stretch marks. You get hormonal acne. You throw up. Like, it's not cute, but you still are birthing something beautiful. So you know, and honestly, you're still glowing from within because you're doing something so great and so admirable that will aid you and fulfill you so much in your life that, like, who gives a fuck? Like, that's the process. There's beauty in all of that messiness. Something Virgos may not understand. But lean into it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like we could take this Pisces and Venus energy and we could lean into delusion, but we could also take this Pisces Venus energy and lean into compassion for ourselves and for others and for our relationships. You feel me? People aren't perfect. Nobody's perfect. You're not perfect, but we can all have compassion. And maybe you just need to be more compassionate, like, to yourself, honestly. Like, and we got the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom. You've definitely been wanting for stability. We got the, what is this? Six of Cups at the top. So this could also be related to childhood wounds that you're overcoming. And Mercury is also officially in retrograde, as I see this. Now, once again, readings are timeless. But, you know, if it comes up and it's relevant for you when you're seeing this video and it's not during one of the transits that I'm mentioning, like, don't freak out. Relax. Maybe you should research if you're not sure. And if you are seeing this reading and it's not around the time where I dropped it and I'm talking about all of this, I suggest you maybe look back on that time in your life and see what was going on, and it'll definitely give you some insight. One card is spell. It's the World card. I'm not necessarily sure if it was like reversed or not. But full moons definitely give like culminations, endings, like new awareness. So I say you release some shit. Release it. Let go. The world could also be traveling. I love this card. It's a card ruled by Saturn, actually. Saturn also just moved into Aries. So you might be going through a Saturn return. That card almost came out. Yeah, you could be going through a Saturn return. You could be traveling. You could just be getting really strict. You could feel the momentum of something ending as well. It's a lot that can go into that. The world is such a, I feel, oh yeah, I have the Two of Swords. I don't know, are you like confused about ending something? Not even confused, because I feel like you know what to do. I just feel like you're still in this like back and forth, him and Han, hesitating ass energy. And that's not gonna get you anywhere. I'm gonna be so for real. I mean, eventually, like, you're gonna have to come up out of it, like, regardless. Once again, we got the moon in the card. Nighttime is very significant in this. Very significant. What's so significant at night? The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. You been having wet dreams or something? All right. Listen, I'm mind my business. And it's Pisces season. So, ooh, the Judgment reverse almost came though. Yeah, so if you was whatever energy that had you wanting to tuck your summer in and, you know, hide your truth is definitely being resolved. Especially if you, like, once again, want tangible results. I had to take a second to woosah because I had done a beautiful oracle pull that was so validating and contained so much love and confirmation. And none of it recorded. I have to clear some space in my phone. I definitely paid like $2.99 a month for an extra gig of storage. Where the fuck is the storage? Whatever. You know, it's Mercury retrograde. I'm in the reading talking all this shit about, oh, the mistakes, the burnt toast theory, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to take a second to receive my own advice, and I'm just going to continue. So, the oracle cards I pulled first, choose love. Yes, when it comes to Venus and Pisces, Venus being exalted, what I spoke on about compassion towards yourself and others, choose love. Okay? Choose love. It's beautiful. You might be on dating apps. You know, you might find somebody. You might not. You might not be fucked with that at all. But it definitely gives somebody in its collective. There's probably some of you who are talking about jobs, who are, you know, thinking about a person when I post this reading. So, you know, in all aspects, choose love. Ooh, I said some heat too. I brought up your fear of being seen and loved and approaching this relationship and or opportunity because of your fears of inadequacy. And what I said also was that, once again, you need to show yourself the compassion. There's a difference between self-awareness and being self-critical. And you deserve this. Like, but anyways, moving on. We pulled sleepless. You see those dark thoughts pouring out of her head? No bonnet, sleepless, worried, stressed, pressed. Anyway. Nah, not anyway. You been sleepless. This shit been tearing your ass up. Listen, whatever it is that you're anxious about, it's in alignment. Like, choose love. Give yourself compassion. Move towards this thing, this opportunity, this relationship, this new way of being and becoming. Give yourself the compassion to not show up perfect. These inadequacies, they're beating your ass because you feel like you need to be perfect. You need to show yourself compassion. This is why I feel like this lunar eclipse is needed, especially opposing Venus and Pisces, because you need to find balance. Yes, have self-awareness, but also give yourself compassion. You might not have all your shit together, but that doesn't mean that you don't deserve this new beginning, this great thing. You feel me? I also brought up how you need to stop worrying about how shit look, because a lot of times you need to lean into the unseen. It's not always about how things look. It's just not. So, I also noticed, I mentioned, and yo, that video was so fire. Like, anyway, whatever, getting over it. Sometimes Virgo energy can be so focused on the minute details that they forget to do what? Zoom out and look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture. See that beautiful golden picture frame? How in the frame, when you look at it as a whole, it's beautiful, it's vibrant. It's everything you ever wanted. White picket fence and all, baby. Okay? Look at the bigger picture. You're worried about these small problems that God is already handling. Like, I already told you, like, 10 of Pentacles here, 6 of Pentacles. Like, you're good. You're good, bruh. Like, God is already handling it. But you so focused on these little details that you can't even allow yourself to enjoy the journey. And like I said, you might have had some unstable energy, some rejection, some whatever, especially in terms of that Hangman reverse, that Four of Wands reverse. But we got outer strength. Because you see that rejection on the computer screen, and you see that opportunity slip right there. Chill out. I also mentioned earlier, I didn't pull it, but I did mention seeing the 6 of Cups, and that how some of these wounds and things that you're working through could be related to childhood. Boom. Here we go. We got inner child right here. Don't they look so cute? Yes, if you've noticed also, my decks, they include people of color. Yes. Bow to the people. You know, I got my boy Malcolm on my bow to the people. It's Black History Month too, at the very end of Black History Month. So shout out to all my beautiful black people. Love y'all. And I also like to point out that you are tuned into a real bitch frequency, right? Congratulations, you a real bitch. You on some real shit. I'm also using the Realist Oracle. You already know what type of time we on. We had to do that. That's all we could do, for real. I mean, like, really. I'm just saying. Now, we also pulled attachments, and what I just spoke on, you necessarily not feeling up to snuff to, go after your dreams and goals, or maybe, approach this person. You are overly attached to physical items. And that's also what's driving some of your anxiety. You might want to move. You might have just moved. You might be fucking about to travel and you're worried about, oh, if I have this, it's going to work itself out. Relax, relax, relax. Slow down. Okay? But you have to release that attachment. It's giving devil energy. Devil energy, that can be fucking with your mind. Okay, that's shadow. And when I bring up shadow, we also pull, boom, undress, which is a card that represents vulnerability. Like I said, compassion, being vulnerable. You don't have to be seen as, Aki Diesel all the time. It's okay to, chill. Be honest about your feelings. Be honest about being afraid. Be honest about being anxious. Be honest about not knowing everything. Be okay with showing up imperfect, because how will anybody really love you for you? How will you really know what's in alignment for you if you don't show up authentically? And authentically, we all have flaws. Compassion for self and for others. Vulnerability is needed. This was such a beautiful spread. It really was. I'm so happy to review. We also got sexy time at the bottom. Did not mention wet dreams earlier. Pisces season dreams are definitely significant. So pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Okay? We also have grief at the top of the deck. So yeah, you might be grieving some inner child wounds, some things that you might not have had in your childhood that caused you to hold tight to physical means as far as money and objects and material items. You're moving out of survival mode. This is a whole different way of being, of conducting yourself, of showing up. Give yourself grace to integrate the things that you've learned. But I'm telling you, you got this. You're the rich man. Like, you're the rich man. You are the rich man. Or the rich bitch. Or the rich motherfucker. Okay? You got it. You're that. Like, but you need to choose love and be compassionate with yourself. Give yourself grace. You wouldn't talk to your friends like that. You wouldn't fuck with nobody who spoke to you like that. Chill out, bro. I feel like this Virgo lunar eclipse is exactly what is needed. It's exactly what the doctor ordered. And once again, reasons are timeless. So if you're seeing this and it's not around the time the Virgo eclipse happened, please reference what might have been going on for you at this time, as well as reference where Virgo sits in your birth chart, whether you have Virgo placements or not, whether you have Pisces placements or not. Okay? Libra, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Scorpio energy is significant in this deck. I'm going to throw Aries in there too, because a lot of fire. But the air and earth energy is heavy. It's heavy in here. Not air and earth, but I guess air and earth. I meant to say fire and earth, but fire, air, and earth, very heavy. Because I think what you really are doing is avoiding your actual feelings, which would be water, emotion. You feel me? And there's not much emotion in here. All emotions are buried under your fear and your fear and your negative thoughts and your attachment to physical means. So maybe if you gave yourself some of that good old Pisces loving, like I said, we real bitches over here. So we're taking off of our rose-colored glasses. We want to lean into the positive aspect of Pisces, which is compassion, empathy, intuition, creativity, inclusivity, as well as, mutability, adaptation. Pisces is very dreamy. It can, you feel me? So lean into that, but also stay balanced in that Virgo grounded energy. But we don't want to, get too far into delusion, and we don't want to get too far into self-harm mentally and verbally abusing ourselves, So like, there's a fine line, and it's important to be vulnerable, but to also have compassion for yourself and others during this time. And I mean, you deserve this. You do for a win. That song, "Do for a Win." I think it's like W by Gunna. I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. But yeah, you do for a win, and it's on the way. You just gotta chill out enough to have it. Give yourself some time to process your emotions. There's definitely, in order to make this a well-rounded energetic sphere you're in, you definitely need to lean into your emotions and give yourself more grace and hold space for yourself to process those emotions. It's a lot of childhood stuff coming up too. So, love on your inner child. Do something that makes you happy, that makes you feel creative, something that you liked in your childhood. It will really help you right now. And be the person to your inner child that you would have wanted when you were a child. Compassion, empathy, care. Because you are now the provider, the King of Pentacles for your inner child. You're providing the stability, the safety, the means for yourself to flourish. And I'm so proud of you. Like I said, you are the rich man. You're the rich bitch. You a rich motherfucker, okay? And like I said and been saying, you are now tuned into a real bitch frequency. So congratulations. You're a real bitch. You're a real nigga. You're a real motherfucker. Like, comment, and subscribe as well. Do that, do that. You can find me on my socials, Solely Lamia Soul Services, everywhere. Okay? Make sure it's spelled correctly.